What happened to believers in God in the Old Testament when they died? Where did they go? I'm going to answer that with 3 passages really quickly and see how that differs from what we're going to go through with the rapture. So in Luke 16, we see the rich man and Lazarus. And it said, it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell, the rich man, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. So when people died in the Old Testament who were believers in God, Sheol was in 2 pieces. Abraham's bosom, paradise. Today you'll be with me in paradise, Jesus said to the man on the cross. That was their paradise, because that's still Old Testament when the thief died on the cross doctrine. And you had hell, and they could look across and see each other and talk to each other. And then, so what happened to them? You see this in Isaiah 61 and verse 1. And it said, the Spirit of the Lord of God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. Captives what? The ones that were in paradise because Jesus hadn't died on the cross yet. And Jesus quotes this in the New Testament. And the opening of the prison to them that are bound. They were in paradise until Jesus died on the cross. Now, what happened when Jesus died on the cross? That's in Matthew 27 and verse 51. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from top to bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks rent, and the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose and came out of the graves after the resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared unto many. So when Jesus died on the cross and rose from the dead, the captives were set free, just like Isaiah prophesied. The paradise side, not the hell side, the paradise side, the believers in God in the Old Testament, they walked around the city, people saw them, and they went to heaven with Jesus. So that's what happened to now the New Testament believers. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So if you die right now, or I die right now, I'm going straight to heaven in my spirit form. And at the rapture, the dead in Christ will rise first. We'll get our bodies. We'll be reunited with a perfect body, a flesh and bone body like Jesus. For when we shall see him, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And we're going to have a body like Jesus had. So that's the difference between what happened in the Old Testament when you died and what happens in the church age when you die. And I hope that helps, and look forward to reading the discussions.